Oh man, this feels heavy. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than the last one. He's running. He's running. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good catch, bro.
Hey, Gil, I want to see.
Oh, dang, that's a nice one.
Welcome back. Welcome to the Tackle Cave here. Doing the intro now because tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and go fishing at an ungodly hour. I don't even really know, honestly, right now how early I'm going to get up, but it's going to be one of the earlier wake-ups that I've done in quite some time. So we'll get to that in a bit, but first I just want to give you a little bit of an update of what I've been up to. You know, you probably wouldn't notice it just by watching videos on the channel because I had some videos backlogged, but I haven't really created a video in probably about 2 weeks now, which is a long time for me. And so I wanted to give you a little update, just kind of show you what I'm working on. I'm going to be doing some repairs on the kayak here in a second. But first, let me give you a little rundown of the last couple weeks. So first things first, we had, first we had some bad weather, so I wasn't able to get out fishing. And then second, we had the More Than Fishing surf fishing tournament. So if you're not familiar with Bay Area fishing, it's a big striped bass tournament. I think it's the biggest striped bass tournament here on the West Coast. The winner gets $3,000. So I went hard this year. I did some pre-fishing. I think I did 2.5 or 3 days of pre-fishing. And honestly, it was a lot of fishing and not much catching. I don't know if it was me or I just got unlucky, or I also did a lot of kind of scoping around, not as much casting a line in. So I think I only caught one fish throughout that whole 3 days. I was just really working some different beaches, trying to see what the water was like. And I didn't really come across any good schools of fish. So I only caught one. I didn't even put it on film. And I wasn't feeling that great until the final day. I actually thought I had something going there. I thought I had a little beach that I wanted to go to that had some fish. I thought I had some big fish. And I did a little bit of filming on tournament day. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but I did catch a few fish. So here's a couple clips from tournament day. 2 or 3 times I got second place, and 2 or 3 times I got third place. So haven't broke the ice with a first place finish yet, but we're out here bright and early this morning. We'll be fishing in 11 minutes, 5:49. All right, good start. Here we go, there's a fish. Right in shallow, right in shallow. Yeah, I'd never seen a fish. Look at how far down he just choked that thing. There we go. All right. Probably 21, 22, maybe 23 inch here. We're letting go. There we go. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. A little bit bigger, maybe. Still not what we're looking for. All right, we're gonna get this one back in and get back in there. Send him back. Another 22, 23. Quick release. Look at him. There he goes. All right. Look for the big one. Not meant to be. Not this year. Back. So my biggest was nowhere near what I needed to win. I think the winning fish was just a hair under 36 inches, which honestly, the fish that I caught last year was 37.5 inches. That fish would have won this year, but that's not how things work out. So didn't make it this year, but I'll be back again next year. Every year I say this, I'm going to win it one of these years. Thought this year might have been my year, but just wasn't meant to be. So anyways, that went down. It was a fun event. There was a vendor day on Saturday and then the fishing day on Sunday. It was nice to meet a bunch of you guys, everyone who came out, appreciate it. And if you missed it, there's another Bay Area event, similar, well, at least the vendor style, no tournament, but the Fisherman's Life Street Fair is coming up on July 13th, I believe it is. And I'll be there for that. So if you missed this one, come out to that one. I'll be selling some merch. And if you want to just come out and say hello, hang out for a little bit, I'll be there. But anyways, that went down. And one of the vendors that came down was Addicted Fishing, did some videos with, I think it's almost 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now. We went up and did some steelhead fishing. They're a big group of YouTubers that do a lot of fishing up in the Pacific Northwest. Salmon, steelhead, I would say are their specialty, but they do all kinds of stuff up there. And they came down for the event and were there for vendor day, and they did some fishing on tournament day. And then they were here, or at least Jordan was here, for a couple days after the event. Went out with Crispy Fish, who was nice enough to take us out, and we did some halibut fishing and striper fishing on the bay. So I was happy to get those guys on some fish. They got to take home some halibut. There's going to be a video up on their channel. I think it's going to be on the Stay Fishy channel. So if you haven't seen the Addicted Fishing guys, there's the main Addicted Fishing channel, and then Jordan kind of has this little spin-off channel called the Stay Fishy channel, both of which really great content. I think the Addicted Fishing obviously is a little more focused on the fishing content, so if you're interested in that, check that one out. And if you're interested in a little more of, I don't know if you call it behind the scenes or just kind of almost like a lifestyle type thing. There's fishing involved too, obviously, but more like catch and cook type videos, more exploring, nature-y type stuff. That's on the Stay Fishy channel. So I think the video that we did with the halibut will be on the Stay Fishy channel eventually. But that brings us to now. So tournament's over. We got those guys on some fish, and they went home. And now we're back to the grind. And I was trying to figure out what did I want to do. I always like to have some kind of goal in mind when I go out and do some videos. So I felt like after the whole More Than Fishing tournament, it got me kind of motivated to do some striped bass fishing. And it got me motivated to go chase a big striper. Light just went off. So it got me thinking, I haven't caught a big one since the last tournament. And when I say big, honestly, I think the biggest fish I've caught since then was probably around 24 inches or something, which is not big at all. I haven't even caught a 30-incher. So I wanted to go chase, actually, I take that back. I think I did catch one 30-incher literally the week after the tournament. But anyway, since then I haven't caught any big ones. So I wanted to go out and chase a big one. And I went out this morning, fished for a few hours, didn't find hardly anything. The conditions weren't great, it was a little rough. And I just didn't find any fish. So yeah, that's the main plan for this video. We want to catch a big striper. But first, this afternoon, or this evening, I want to do some routine maintenance to my kayak. So nothing's wrong with the kayak. I just took it out not too long ago and it was working just fine. But I did want to show you one thing. Overall, the kayak itself, very, very low maintenance. I was a little worried that with getting a kayak with a motor, I would have to do more maintenance and more technical stuff that I'm not an electrician or anything, so I don't know that much about kayak motors or boat motors, really anything. So I was a little bit worried about that when I got this kayak, but honestly, I've had it for I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years now, and this is like the only kind of routine maintenance that I'll do. I do it about once a year. And I think I actually talked about this in another video a while back, but just to recap, the one thing that I like to switch out about once a year is this outlet. And this is the outlet that goes from the motor right here and plugs into the kayak, which eventually hooks up to the battery. And so this time I'm actually going to go ahead and swap out both connections. I'm going to swap out this one, which is I think this is technically the positive end, which is connected on the motor. And then I'm also going to swap out the negative side, which is a little outlet. Let me show you. This little outlet right here that's on the actual kayak. And it's a little hard to see on the outlet itself, but if you look at this side, you can see it still works, it's okay, but it's like the prongs here are a little bit bent and I just don't feel super confident. I can tell also sometimes when I plug it in, like the connection isn't perfect. Sometimes it goes out when I'm out there. And so I want to make sure I get it fixed before it becomes a problem. So here's what I have. I have the positive end, that's the one that connects to the motor. I have the negative end, this is the one that I'm going to plug into the kayak. And then I have just some tools. I have the box cutter here to strip some wires. This little thing, I don't know what this is called. This is to strip the wires and crimp the connections. And then I have some marine grade shrink wrap to put over the connections to protect them from the salt water. Alright, so I've cut the old one off. You can see how bad that looks. And here's the new one, nice and fresh. And so what I've done here is just use these little splices that come with the little kit here, and it's pretty easy. Red to red, black to black. Crimp it with these crimpers. And then now I'm just going to slide this heat shrink wrap over the top. And that's what it looks like at the end. And someone pointed this out to me last time I did this, so shout out to them, you know who they are. But there's different kinds of heat shrink wrap. And the reason why you need to use heat shrink wrap that's marine grade, like this one, is because inside the wrap there's actually like it's like glue or something. So when you heat it up, it kind of melts and then it molds to that wire just to create a waterproof seal. And so I didn't know that before, but anyway, shout out to you for helping me out with that. But anyways, that looks good. Now we're going to do the same thing inside the kayak. Alright, we're running out of light here, but anyway, that's what it looks like now. And there's the plug. So let's test out, make sure it works. Moment of truth. Let's fire it up. Looking good. Alright, kayak's back up and running. Well, it was never really down, but we're tuned up, ready to go. Everything's nice and fresh. Connections are good. Now, let's get some rest. I'll see you really dang early tomorrow morning. Alright, a little bit of a change of plans. I originally was going to head out tomorrow morning, but when I looked at the conditions right after I got done fixing my kayak, man, they looked too good to pass up. So I'm going to fish this evening. The sun went down maybe 15 minutes or so ago. And yeah, it's looking good. I just got here. A little bit of wind, but not too bad. Yeah, it's looking nice out here. Gonna fish for about an hour this evening, unless something happens and I have to stay out a little bit longer, aka if the fish start biting. The one thing I'm definitely not mastered yet is filming at night. I have a couple lights here, like the one I've mounted my GoPro, but yeah, if there's anyone out there that has any tips on anything else I can do to improve that, I'm all ears. So anyways, I'll try my best, but yeah, definitely not a pro at this. I just tied on this Yozuri Hydro Minnow. This is a wacky mackerel color. I like to throw this one in more low light conditions. And obviously this is low light, it's gonna be almost dark. Well, it will be dark here, probably about 5 minutes. So gonna work my way down the beach here, casting along. Did I see anything on the way? Yeah, let's do this. All right, there we go. Nice striper right there.
Good catch, bro.
Thank you. I want to see.
Oh, dang, that's a nice one.
Not a bad fish right there. Took that plug, that wacky mackerel color. Really, really nice fish there. Probably around 30 inches or so. A little bit too big to keep. I think I'm gonna let this one go. I don't like to keep one that this big. Not a bad fish to start off the evening. Usually where there's one, there's more. So if I get this guy unhooked real quick and get it back in there, we'll start plugging again. See if we can get us on another one. I was gonna say we'll give him a second to get his wind, but I think he's already ready to go. We'll get him off. Alright, we're on the board. Like I said before, where there's one, there's usually more. So let's see if we can find us another one. Oh yeah, that feels like a good one. That feels like a good one. He's running. He's running. Yeah, that's a good fish. That's definitely a good one. Definitely a good fish. Oh man, this feels heavy. I'm pretty sure it's bigger than the last one. This might take a little while. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. This is a smart fish. I hooked him on the side here to my right, and then he swam right over into this rip. Now we're in a rip right here. He's going to be able to just take this current and use it to his advantage to get out into deeper water. So I'm just going to try to do my best to play it out, tire him out a little bit. Oh no, it just came off right there. Oh no. Oh no, that was a good fish. Oh, that was the one I've been looking for right there. Dang it. I don't know why I'm standing here thinking he's gonna wash up on shore. Oh man, oh no. Well, that definitely burns. That's the one I was looking for right there for sure. You could just tell, like, the head shakes were a lot bigger. The like runs it was going on was a lot more powerful. Oh man, this light's blinding me, but I know he's swimming out there. Oh, I don't know. You don't get chances like that very often. How did that happen? It's 11. I got my first fish around like 10-15, and then that one just hooked up around 11. So not like a hot bite, but you know, fish every hour is pretty good in the surf. So I don't know, that is demoralizing, but you know, nothing else to do but just get back in there. We'll cast around for maybe another hour or so. Maybe I'll get a second chance. Oh man, that really hurt. That really hurt. But I think what happened was a wave. Like, he got caught in a wave and it like flipped him, or just like turned him, and that hook, I don't know how good he was hooked, probably not that well. Obviously not good enough, and whatever happened, like, it turned a certain way, and that he was able to use that to his advantage. Oh man, that was a good fish. Such a sad ending, but that's how it goes. Man, that was definitely the one I've been looking for. I think it was, I'm gonna guess it was somewhere between 35 and 40 inches. It's hard to say without seeing it, but just by how heavy it was feeling and how hard it was pulling. It was definitely bigger than the one that we did catch. And I don't know if it was over 40. I feel like it probably wasn't, but who knows? We'll never know. But I'll be back. I think it's gonna end this video, but I will definitely be back to try and get that fish that I lost, if not a bigger one. So stay tuned for that video. This is eerily similar to a fish that I lost many years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago. If you look deep into my channel, some of the archives, there's a video on it. But I lost a fish at this same beach, and I think it was similar size. This one I had hooked longer. The last one was only hooked for a few seconds, and then it spit the hook way out there. But this one I actually had it in pretty close, actually closer than I thought it was. But it just wasn't meant to be. That's how it goes. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to More Than Fishing June for hosting this awesome tournament. And I'll definitely be back, not only for that fish, but I'll be back at the tournament again next year. As long as June's having this tournament, I'll be participating. And eventually, someday, I'll come up with a big one come tournament day. But I guess that's one silver lining of this fish that I lost. So they're not really, but if you think about it, if I would have lost that fish during the tournament, that potentially would have cost me $3,000. So luckily, tournament's far over, and it didn't cost me any money. It's just gonna cost me some pride and probably some sleep. But that's how it goes. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one, wherever that may be. Probably right back out here. Right back here tomorrow. So stay tuned for that one.